Bodywise clarity backed by science. A few months ago, my creative output felt scattered. I'd sit down to work, and my mind would already be 3 tabs deep before I typed a single word. It wasn't a motivation problem, it was a structure problem. So I rebuilt my days around 5 habits. Not hacks, not hype, just 5 deliberate shifts that reclaimed my focus. Here's exactly what changed. The first shift was building what I call a digital firewall, a hard boundary between deep work and constant connectivity. Every notification is a small tax on your attention. Research on task switching shows it can take over 20 minutes to fully re-enter a state of focus after an interruption. So instead of willpower, I use structure. Phone in another room, Wi-Fi off on my writing device, and a fixed 2-hour block where nothing digital could reach me. The result wasn't just fewer distractions, it was a completely different quality of thinking. Ideas had room to actually develop instead of getting cut off mid-thought. The second habit was removing decision fatigue from my physical space. Every small choice, what to wear, where to sit, what's on my desk, quietly drains the same mental energy I need for creative problems. So I standardized it, same desk setup every day, same lighting, same simple breakfast. Nothing left to negotiate with myself each morning. It sounds almost too simple, but freeing up those micro decisions gave me noticeably more mental bandwidth for the work that actually mattered. Third, I stopped saving my hardest, most important work for whenever I get to it. Cognitive energy isn't flat throughout the day. For most people, it peaks in the first few hours after waking. So I front-load the one task with the highest creative leverage. The piece of writing, the big idea, the thing that actually moves the needle into that first window. Before meetings, messages, or small tasks can chip away at it. Everything shallow, email, admin, scheduling, gets pushed to the afternoon, when my sharpest thinking has already been spent on what matters most. Fourth, I stopped treating breaks as optional and started enforcing them. Sustained focus isn't actually sustainable without recovery. So every 50 to 90 minutes, I step away completely. No scrolling, no email, just a genuine sensory reset. A walk, natural light, silence. Short, deliberate recovery windows that let attention actually replenish instead of quietly eroding across the day. Counterintuitively, working less continuously produced more usable creative output by the end of the day. The fifth habit ties everything together. Building a rhythm instead of reacting to whatever feels urgent. Chaotic energy, jumping between tasks based on what's loudest, feels productive in the moment, but rarely produces real creative breakthroughs. A rhythm, on the other hand, the same deep work block, the same recovery windows, the same order of operations every day, creates a kind of momentum that compounds. Each day builds on the last instead of starting from zero. That consistency, more than any single trick, is what actually changed my creative output. None of these 5 habits are complicated, and that's the point. A digital firewall, a standardized environment, front-loaded priorities, and forced breaks, a repeatable rhythm. Together, they don't just protect your time, they protect your attention, which is the real resource behind any creative work. Try just one this week. Notice what changes before you add a second. One small change, subscribe for more.